Hi Louise, hi Tanner, it's Sue Morse. I hope you're both well. We're going to do our first lesson with Photoshop. So the first thing I'm going to do is go up to the magnifying glass and I'm going to put in Photoshop and I'm going to double click Photoshop to launch the application. Notice at the dock at the bottom you see the Photoshop icon bouncing, and we now have Photoshop launched here. You can see it says Photoshop and all of these menu items are right here. And we're going to open up a file that I sent to you. So let's open up, we'll open up 3 files actually. Magic 1, 2, 3, and say open, or don't say it, click on it. Okay, we're now in the application. It says Photoshop, again there's the menus. We're going to either work with Magic 3, which is this one, Magic 2, or Magic 1. I'm going to choose Magic 1, so I'm going to close by clicking on these arrows. I guess those aren't arrows, those are crosses, or X's I should say. So now I have this very scary guy. All right, couple things we need to do. My rulers came up by default, but if your rulers are not visible, go to View and select Rulers. If it's checked, that means they're active and they're visible on screen. If it's unchecked, they go away. So I'm going to do Rulers. Okay. You also want your tools. If you don't see your tools, go to Windows, Tools. Again, if they're checked, they're active. You're also going to want your Layers palette. So go to Windows, Layers, and make sure they're visible. I'm going to uncheck History, so that goes away, and I have my layer palette over here. All right, we're ready to do some work. First thing I would suggest is unlock the background layer. Okay, that's under the Layers palette. The little eyeball allows you to either see the layer or not see the layer. Okay. I would like to find out what size and resolution this image is. So I'm going to go to Image, hold the mouse down. I'm going to go to Image Size and let go. The image is 3.5 inches wide by 2.75 inches high, and it's 300 pixels per inch. And I'm going to change the width and the height proportionately. I'm going to make it 3, and that's going to make it about 2 1/3. So I'm going to say OK. Notice now on the rulers, it's 3 inches wide. Perfect. All right, next thing I'd like to show you is Image, Adjust. We're going to change the exposure. It seems a little dark, so I'm going to open it up a little. There's a sliding scale here. I'm going to open it up, and as I open it up, if Preview is checked, you can see the effect on screen. So I'm going to go to 1. So I'm going to actually just key in +1 and say OK. All right, I like that. Now, we're going to do one more thing. We're going to go over to our tool palette and click on the T. And we're going to click on this guy's what looks like hair. I don't know if it's hair or not. And when I click, I automatically get this text, which is Laura Ipsum, and it's Latin. It's just what we call dummy type. Notice in the layer palette, we now have a second layer, and it has a T in it. Whenever you click with the text tool, you're going to create an automatic new layer above the layer you were on. Okay, let's change this. I'm going to call him Scary Guy, and I'm going to put it in all caps because I like the all caps because it's very bold. And I'm going to select it, and up here you should be able to change your typeface. And notice as I move down, the type changes to the typeface that I'm choosing. And I think I'm going to use something called Rockwell today. And I'm going to make it bold. Kind of like, this is a slab serif face, which I like. Let's click away. With the item tool, I can move that around. Maybe I want to put it up here, but notice that doesn't render well. We can't see it. I could put my cursor right here and do a shift return and have it stacked, and then move it to where I want. All right, so let's go ahead and save what we did. We're going to go to File, Save. We'll say OK. So Magic 1 PSD is now saved just like this. I'm going to go ahead and quit. Photoshop, quit. Okay, so let's stop the video. Okay, I'm pretty new to this, so be patient with me. I think I need to quit QuickTime. And I'm going to call this, just in case this is still recording, I'm going to call this Photoshop Lesson 1. And I'll put it in the Magic folder with all the other Magic files saved.